Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co-host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? It's a good night once again to be back on the air to talk some sports. Been a lot of football this weekend, a lot of upsets in
Oh,
college.
yeah, some upsets.
Even maybe you could call some upsets in the NFL. But before we get started, I'll let Cool Beans do a shout out to our listeners.
Yes, we like to thank those that come to watch our live and give us your undivided attention. Thanks for that. And we like to thank those that also come by and do the watch the replay. We thank you for that. Like to thank the fans on Facebook. We had a lot of Facebook views this weekend. Last weekend. Last weekend was the first weekend on Facebook. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in and everything else. We'll go ahead and get started. This one may run a little bit over an hour, I'd say. I'd say it probably will because we
Right.
got
Got
football,
playoffs
lots
and
of
stuff.
playoffs, football, and lots of stuff to talk about. Got
College this weekend. Got
college
you
this
got
weekend.
some stories to share with us.
That's right. But we'll go ahead and get started. I'll go over some scores here with the women's NBA. We're in the playoffs now. Right now, you got one game that's getting ready to start here in an hour. The Storm and the Aces will be going, but you had the Lynx beating the Valkyrie 101-72. You had the Fever getting beat by the Dream 80-68. And then you had Liberty beating Mercury 76-69.
All right, the Liberty stole one.
Well, I don't know if you can really say it's a steal. I mean, I guess they're both 27 and 17.
Yeah, but Mercury had the home court, so Liberty won it. They stole it. They get one for sure in New York now.
So, and this is the best out of three starting out, ain't it? Or do they change it? Okay.
Best out of three.
I wish they go to best out of five and then best out of seven.
Yeah, at least that way the other team will also get some home games right now. Because if like Atlanta, if Atlanta could win both these games, it's over for the Fever. They won't go back to Indiana.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of the 3-game series play. I never have been. I like the 5. I like the 5 setup and the 7 setup. You start out with the 5-game and then go to the 7.
Yep.
Or even if you want to keep it 5 leading up to the championship in women's NBA, do that and then leave it 7-game series in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you can look at the Fever season and you can say it's been a big disappointment, really.
It has.
With the expectations
the Fever even
going
got
into
what
the
they wanted. They got that 6th seed like they wanted. They got to face Atlanta like they wanted, and then you get in there and you lost.
But I mean, you never know. They may come out and win the next one, and then
I'm hoping that they do. If they win that next one, they at least know they're going back to Indiana for that last game.
But and see, Mitchell, and that's pretty much a lot of their scoring comes from Mitchell. I mean, you got to look. She had 27 points of their 68, and with no Caitlin Clark in there.
But here's the thing that get me about Mitchell. Since you got the stats pulled up, go ahead and check out her field goal percentage. I bet she's about like 11 for 34 or something like that, because she likes to chuck up a bunch of shots. They'll be before anybody gets in position. She'll throw up a 3 and it's a brick.
I'm trying to. It's uploading.
Cool beans, but that's the one thing my one pet peeve with Mitchell. Yeah, she'll get you 27 points, but how many times she had to chuck up the ball to get that 27 points?
All right, for today, you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
She proved you wrong.
Oh, today. She did?
She was 9 of 18, 50%.
50%. Let me go ahead. What do I want? Barbecue sauce on these toes? Let me go ahead.
All right. She was 1 of 4 from the 3-point line. So, I mean, And I'm just trying to see where. Uh, I guess okay. Man, I'm trying to see where she got all her points from, but
Yeah, if
I'm
she only got one, unless she went to the line a bit.
uh, FT. That's is that foul
Free
shot?
throw. Yeah.
Okay, you got 8 points from there. There, that's what I thought. She was 8 of 9 from the foul line,
Okay.
so that's where that is with that. Coming on down with you know, here in the next month or so. I'm probably going to have some better internet. So
Don't worry, it's probably not yours. It's most likely mine.
no, I'm trying to. It's just getting that stuff uploaded and everything else.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was going to go to the Dreams. Oh, there it is. Okay. Looking at the Dream stats with, I mean, they're shooting, and their shooting is not as good either. If you look at the Dream, Alicia Gray, 5 of 16, 20 points. Ryan Howard, or Ryan, yeah, I mean
Yeah,
Ryan,
Ryan Howard.
yeah, Ryan Howard, 6 of 17, 6 of 17, 20 points. So,
That's the
um,
bad thing, though. They shot. You got Alyssa Gray and Ryan Howard shooting bad like that, and you still lost. They lost by 12 points.
they end up. All right, you ready for this?
Uh
The
huh.
Dream, the Dream put up 70 shots, only made 27, 38.6 from the field. Um, Indiana put up 63 shots, only making 22. That was 34.9 from the field.
Okay, so Kelsey was on point, so that means Lexi Hall and Leah Boston, or even Natasha Howard, or all three was bricking. Or they went Odyssey Sims because she can from time to time will go crazy and just start chucking them up.
All right, you ready for Lexi Hall?
Uh huh.
3 of 13 from the field,
Yep.
9 points.
Yep.
You called it. You called it. Yeah, 1 of 5 from the 3 point line. So you're dead on with your stats there, except for the Kelsey Mitchell proved you wrong.
I know. Usually it's her.
That's what we have right now. They don't play again till Tuesday. Um, Tuesday you'll have the Dream at the Fever. They're back at Indiana.
Oh, so they will do it all. I thought they did both games up there.
No, so they're playing at Indiana Tuesday. So Indiana could pull that one off. The Aces will go to the Storm Tuesday. That's the only 2 games we have for Tuesday. And then they'll be playing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday games. So um, I won't go no further than that as far as the games on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You got anything else, women's NBA?
No, I got nothing.
What about the NBA? Anything going on?
Nothing that I heard. Now, the Knicks did make some moves. They signed Brogdon. I can't think of what his first name was. Shoot. But he played for the Washington Wizards. They signed him to a 1-year contract deal. They almost had what's his name? Ooh, I cannot. Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben Simmons turned it down, talking about some he deserves more than minimum contract. No, you don't.
No, he don't. I was getting ready to say about Ben Simmons. He has been overhyped since coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's supposed to be this great player, and he ain't done nothing since he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Really nothing. So
Uh,
you don't
that
deserve no
last little
money.
spat he had with Philadelphia, and then he got traded to New Jersey, and he didn't do anything for New Jersey. Well, I think it's Brooklyn now. It's not New Jersey. It's the Brooklyn Nets. But he didn't do anything for them. I'll be like, you only as good as what your last play is, and your last play say you don't deserve nothing more than a league minimum.
That's it. All right. Um, let me see anything else. If not, we're moving right along to some baseball scores.
Yep, let's go get some baseball.
All right.
Oh wait, we didn't go to the links. Did you tell them the links had stomped? Yeah, you did say they beat the Valkyries. You did
Yeah.
say that.
All
The
right.
Feast Collier had 20 points, 6
Mhm.
rebounds.
Yep. The Braves beat the Astros 8-3 today. Right now, on the top of the seventh in Boston, you've got the Red Sox beating the Yankees 6-4. This is a big game. And I'll go to the standings here in a little bit. You got the Nationals beating the Pirates 4-3, Royals over the Phillies 10-3, Blue Jays over the Orioles 11-2, Guardians over the White Sox 3-2, Tigers over the Marlins 2-0. The Mets over the Rangers 5-2, Arizona over the Twins 6-4, Cardinals over the Brewers 3-2, Cubs beat the Rays 4-3, Dodgers over the Giants 10-2. Athletics beat the Reds 7-4. Marlins over the Angels 11-2. The Padres beat the Rockies 9-6. That's a rundown of the scores. I'm gonna go to the standings and we'll talk wild card. They got a couple weeks left in Major League Baseball before you get in. Think about that, man. That means we're getting ready to get in October.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, um, get down to the standings right now. In the American League East, you've got Toronto leading with a 3.5 game lead on the Yankees. Yankees are in second. Boston is 2.5 games behind them. So Boston needs to win this. They got to take care of business with the Yankees to move into that second spot. Central, Detroit has got a 6.5 game lead on the Guardians. I don't think they're going to make no runs. So I say Detroit will win the Central. The
Right.
Mariners hold a 1 game lead on Houston Astros. This is how tight the West is right now in the AL. Mariners got a 1 game lead on the Astros, and then the Rangers are 3 games out from first, only 2 behind the Astros. The Phillies have won the East, National League East. They got a playoff berth. They got an 89-61 record, and the Mets are 12 games behind them. And you might as well forget everybody else, even name the Braves. The Brewers have locked up the Brewers had let me see here, clinched a playoff berth. They've got a 5.5 game lead on the Cubs, and then the Reds are just too far out. The Dodgers got a 2.5 game lead on the Padres out west, and then the Giants are 9 games out of first. So, and I'll run down the wild card picture right now as we get into this. All right. In the AL, right now, your top two, there's 3 wild card spots in the AL and the NL.
Mm-hmm.
So now the Yankees has got a 3+ game lead on the wild card, and then the Red Sox got a half a game lead. So right now you're going to have 3 teams as it's looking coming from the American League East, right as of right now. And then Houston Astros has got that 3rd spot. The next 2 teams I'm going to mention, because it's a little closer, the Rangers are 2 games out of that last wild card spot, and the Guardians are 2.5. So that's what you have in the American League. Coming on down here to the National League, the Cubs has got a commanding 8.5 game lead. They got the first wild card spot. The second right now is going to San Diego, which will probably not change. They'll have the first 2. San Diego's got a 5+ game lead on that. The Mets has got the 3rd spot right now. The Giants is a game and a half behind the Mets, trying to make that last spot. Arizona Diamondbacks 2 games. The Reds 2.5 games. So that's where they're at right now in Major League Baseball.
Now I got mixed emotions about that. Well, the AL, that last spot, that last wild card. You guys said you got the Texas Rangers, and I always go for the Texas teams. I
Mhm.
always go for the. But you also said the Guardians is going for that particular. Rangers was 2 games behind, and Guardians 2.5. I kind of like the Guardians too, and the reason I only like the Guardians is because I loved them when they were the Cleveland Indians.
I did too. I did too. I think here's my thing. I mean, and people's going to disagree, but that's all right. They can disagree. Um, that's like me and you. We don't agree on everything, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, that's fine. But I think they should be the Indians, just like the Commanders should be the Redskins. I mean,
I needed to go back to Washington, the Washington football team.
no, because you want them to
That's
lose.
when they was the sorriest. They were the sorriest as the Washington football team. So that would work out good for me. That's what I need them to be.
Yep. So yeah, I wish they go back to the Guardians, and I wish. Let's see, and that's going and getting a little off topic, and that's where people go and get misled information on things
Mm-hmm.
and start changing things with not knowing facts. People don't like facts, but facts are facts, and
Well, now we're in a new era right now. Right
yeah,
now, it's feelings over facts.
it
Regardless
is.
of what
It
the
is.
facts is, feelings.
Yeah, I got I.
Mm-hmm.
There's an I problem in this country right now. Entitlement. I, me. Um, but and instead of getting the facts about things, just like and I'll mention this, and then we'll get back on topic with the Commanders when they done away with the Redskins. You had a group of people saying, "Well, that was racist or whatever," to the native people, and they said no. And that logo they had was an actual, I think, chief Indian. I can't think of his name. So I think they started losing money because that was an actual win. That family was losing money because they took that logo off.
Right.
So I mean, and if you get into it too with if you call the native or Indians, they said they'd rather be called Indians than native. So get your facts straight. I mean, go to the source, ask them. Don't assume, don't have assumption and stuff like that. But yeah, I think as far as sports, we need to get back to that. And the thing is,
Yeah, leave the politics alone.
yeah.
Unless you're politicking about why I got the same record as them, but they're ahead of me. That's the kind of politicking you can do.
All right. Well, we'll get started because this next two sports, that's about all I got with baseball. Because football is going to take up a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we'll get over here to some college. So first, I'll go
Okay,
ahead and
yeah.
say,
Before we get to college, I got to do this. Have you seen this right here?
who's them two there? Who's them two
Yeah.
guys? Who's them two guys there? Oh man, I tell you what, um, that was a good time up there. Like yesterday. Was you able to upload that video?
Yeah, I got it. I didn't know when you wanted to take a look. Let's take a look at it since I
Let's
got it
go
right
ahead.
now.
Go ahead and put it on there.
Yeah, I got this volume low on it so I don't get a copyright strike. Here we go. Oh, the volume decided to come back up and it's down low. That was sold out.
Sold out. West Virginia just tied the game up. There was only like 11 seconds left on this kickoff, and so it was a sold out crowd. Went to overtime, and I'll go ahead and elaborate a little bit on this game. Um, you know, you've heard me talk about the Mountaineers and everything. We got a new head coach, Rich Rodriguez. Last week we lost to the Ohio Bobcats,
Mm-hmm.
which we lost our star running back for the season. He tore everything in his knee, everything.
Yeah, it was bad.
So And you heard me talk about them being undersized, which I think for West Virginia teams, the front D line's undersized compared to what we're used to having. And then to me, as far as the offensive line too. So Nico's a starting quarterback and everything else. The first half, the problem was with Nico, and I love seeing the Mountaineer critics, those that don't know how to coach. Okay, they think they know, they think they know football. They think they know how to coach. They're just those fans that just like to blow off the mouth. I'm just going to say it. But anyway, Nico, and people kill me, man. West Virginia's used to having Pat White. Okay,
Okay.
there's not that many Pat Whites in the college football.
Right.
Okay, the dude had an arm. He ran like a 4.240 or whatever, and you wasn't catching him. So that's just a rare. I'm going to say this right now. That's a rare talent to have. It's like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay, or everybody remember RG3. Okay, that's like having an RG3 on your team before he got hurt. So that's a rare talent. Nico is a pocket passer. If he's got protection, he's got time, he's going to light you up. Well, he only got about a second and a half to 2 seconds to throw the ball that first half. And the line wasn't blocking. So they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't move the ball and stuff like that. So at halftime, I think the score was 7-3. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and this is what I like. People criticize Rich Rodriguez, and this is for y'all that don't know coaching. I'm just going to say it. You don't know coaching. Y'all used to the Neil Brown. We'll stick to the same strategy, even though we're losing and back and going backwards and negative yards. Y'all stick to the same strategy. So you know what? You know what Rich Rod did, and I applaud him for it.
Mm-hmm.
Starting the second half, he puts the backup quarterback in. Okay, he puts Fox in. I was like, all right, I'm good with this. All right, your plan A is not working, so we're going to go to plan B. We got to get something going on the offense. The defense is playing excellent. I'll say this: it was 7-3 at halftime. Our defense was stopping them. Their defense was back there hitting the quarterback, sacking them, and everything else. So he puts Scotty Fox in. Scotty Fox goes down there, drives. They score a touchdown. I'm like, all right, yeah, it's 14-3. Well, we stopped them. Scotty Fox's next drive, what's he do? Throws an interception. They go down there, kick a field goal. Scotty's next drive, he throws another interception. They go down there and score a touchdown. Which the interceptions, they're at like Mountaineer like 30 both times.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
So they didn't have to travel nowhere. So they go down there and score a touchdown. And before you know it, here we are. We're down 17-14. And then let's see, was it 17-14? I think it was, yeah, something like that. Yeah, because that's right. It was like we was down 17-14 or something like that. And then they went up 10. They went up 10 points on us. So it was 20, let's see, 24. Okay, yeah, they went up 10 points. So it was 24-14 is what the score was. What does Rush Rock does? He tried his third string a couple times. Well, one series, it didn't work. So he goes back to Nico. And I just had a feeling. I just had this feeling. I'm like, something's gonna happen here. So Nico comes back in. They started moving the ball. The defense was wore out because Rich Rod runs a high pace offense. Fast. I mean, no huddle, keep going. We had got down there, and here's the thing here. We're fourth and goal from like the 4 or something like that. There's a few minutes. So there's a couple minutes left. I say kick the field goal. Say kick the field goal. We're down by a touchdown. We stop them, get the ball back, go down there. There is, I think, 19 seconds left. And Mr. Keller, my buddy there, Sean Keller,
Yeah.
second and goal from the 2-yard line. There's 19 seconds left, one timeout. And he said, "What are you doing in this situation?" I said, "Well, me." Now, when West Virginia got down there in short goal line, they was having trouble moving the ball when they got short goal line. But I said, "I'm running the ball here. I'm going to run it because you got a timeout. Once you stop, timeout, then you got 2 more downs to get it in. You're throwing,
Mhm.
you ain't running. Well, Rick Rodriguez went with all right, they all build up in the middle. He went with the play action. Nico pulled it out of the running backs, out of the running back. He played because everybody's bowling down, running up the middle.
Right. He pulled it from the basket.
Pulled from the basket over to the middle of the tight end for the tying touchdown. Now, I will say this. All right, we was playing Pitt. And for y'all don't know about the backyard brawl, it's the big rival.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else. They're Pitt's from the ACC. And guess who the rest were from? Guess where the rest
Uh,
were from? ACC.
ACC refs.
ACC refs. Let me tell you this. I ain't going to say it was the worst officiating that I've seen in my life, but it was pretty bad.
Right.
I mean, and I'm going to explain. All right, get this. At the end of the half, okay, Nico's running at the end of the half. It's getting close. He took off running. All right. As he went down, he got hit, a personal foul, a flag's thrown. Time runs off the clock. I'm like, all right, we're going to kick a field goal. Okay. The end of the half cannot end on a penalty. Okay.
Okay.
Well, they're going, everything else. They said, end of the half, go in, everything else. We're like, Rick Ross was like, what? There's a penalty. You can't end on a penalty. So, and here's the two things, and something's got to be done with this. You just can't do away with the penalty. Okay. They said the
Yeah. Not
reason,
if you threw the flag. You can't just
yeah.
pick it up.
So here's what happened. They said there was 1 second left when they threw the penalty. So you got a 3-second runoff. I'm thinking, you don't have a 3-second runoff on a defensive penalty.
Sure
That's on an
don't. Runoff
that's
is
on offense.
offense.
Okay. And even at that, if it happened like that, then that penalty carries off to the second half on the kickoff.
Uh-huh.
One or two things got to happen. Well, guess what? That was wiped out. Nothing was done there. So that cost us 3 points. Okay.
That's some BS, man.
All right. They, in the first half, one of our defensive players, they flagged him for roughing the passer. Okay. And targeting. They viewed it, replayed it, tossed him out of the game, and it wasn't even targeting. It was all over. I mean, you can see it right there on on the replay. I thought it was going to be helmet to helmet, but it wasn't helmet to helmet. But he got tossed for targeting in the first quarter. Then, the start of the second quarter, we sacked the quarterback as Pitt's driving to stop him. I mean, he sacked him and put him down. They threw a flag on that, personal foul. 15 yards, they get a first down. That's when Pitt went and scored their last touchdown.
Right.
And I'm like, man, so you're playing against the refs, and I hate blaming refs, but I mean, it was just lopsided. And then on top of this, Beans, when West Virginia was driving the second half, Pitt players were laying down to stop the drive, acting like they was cramping up. And you're saying, oh, James, you're being hard. I'm like, no, there would be 2 and 3 players laying on the field at the same time. One player looked over and seen they was attending to this one guy. He gets up and walks off. And this happened not just once, not just twice. And won't y'all can look at Rich Rodriguez's post-game thing. They asked him about that. He said their strategy. And he said, what? He said, you mean their players laying on the field? He said, I'm concerned with them. He said, I don't think they have enough players to play next year. He said, did them players even come back in the game? They said they may still be in the medical tent. He said, I never seen anything like it. And I hadn't either. Not this obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But here's one of the things. I'm glad you said that. And West Virginia, Rich Rodriguez and them did one of the things we always say. What we say about them cheating ass refs. But I said, never leave the game in their hands. Regardless, they're going to throw their flags. They're going to do what they can to try to manipulate the game and go a certain way. However, yeah, as much they can do, as much cheating as they want, they got no control on whether you get that ball in the end zone, whether that guy catch that ball. And they stayed focused versus crying about the refs. They stayed focused and they did what they supposed to do. And it's like that's what gets on me about the fever. You know the refs are going against you. You've been doing it all year.
Mm-hmm.
So you get fouled, You don't get the call. You up there. What is that? No, stay in the game. Do what you need to do. Don't put the game in the ref's hands.
Exactly. And I'll say this, and then I'll get here to the scores. Last couple years, I've been going up there to the games when Neil Brown was there, and you seen it. You was there.
Mm-hmm.
At the third quarter, people were leaving, wasn't they?
Yep.
They were leaving the ball game. Okay.
Yep.
Here it is in the fourth quarter. We're down 10. Everybody stayed. Everybody. Nobody was leaving. Everybody stayed. After the game, the stadium was still full for about 15 minutes. Nobody leaving. That's the difference in what a coaching does,
Mm-hmm.
because people seem, you still got the critics that don't like him. I like Rich Rod. He's a good coach. He knows how to coach. And now here's my thing on his post game. He said it was a dumb move on his part to put Scotty Fox in there. But to
I
me,
didn't
I
think it
don't
was.
think it was. I think it was a good coaching strategy. You had to change something up. Okay.
He went with what's working. He's like, let's see what's going to
We
work.
got,
That's
yeah,
not working. Let's go to the next thing. That's not working. Now,
yeah.
Neil Brown would have stuck with the
Stuff.
same thing, and
Yeah.
it would have just ended
So,
up badly.
but yeah, we had a good time up there. It was good to see that energy. Uh, Sean Keller said that was the second best game he ever been to. Um, and he said, man, he just loved it. And he's a Virginia Tech fan. Okay. So, but yeah, I'll get on here to some scores, and I'll mention this. We did our picks last week in college. Beans outdid me. Beans on his picks was 18-6. I was 17-7. And the pick, y'all ready for this? The pick that got Beans the win, I still can't believe it today, is he picked Old Dominion over Virginia Tech, and Old Dominion beat Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech fired their head coach.
I know I was like, what? They fired their head coach.
They're 0-2, and when you lose to a small school and you've been struggling for years, Virginia Tech's struggling. And here's the problem. Going back to this, I'm gonna get before I get to schools, these scores. And Virginia Tech is kind of in the same situation as West Virginia is. When it comes to the money, they don't have the money like
Yeah, like
Georgia,
Miami.
Miami, Alabama, Ohio State,
Yep.
Penn State. They don't have the money. So now you're buying your players, and that's what you're doing. You're buying players.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are looking for the money. So, and it's going to be hard for West Virginia to compete, which West Virginia give another year or two and giving Rich Rodriguez the time to get the players. I think they could struggle the rest of the year as far as on the winning side, but as
Mm-hmm.
long as they can compete, because right now they had to bring a back in from the portal because everybody's out hurt.
Yeah.
Ty Edwards, I think is his name. He had like 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. This is his first game, and he did good. He's a hard runner and everything. So the injury bug is the biggest thing, and if it hits West Virginia anymore, they're going to be crippled. It's going to be pretty bad in some
Right.
positions. But let's get down to some
But the
scores.
only thing that West Virginia and them the smaller schools got, you got these one players. You can take these, yeah, they can go to like Ohio State for big money, but it's look at, do you want to go? You might get one of them players that could still get the big money sitting on the bench, or do you want to play?
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know, like that's what they gotta be looking at. Like, yeah, you can go to Miami University if you want to if you want to sit on the bench, but if here
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna play.
That's it. All right, run down some scores from yesterday. There was some upsets yesterday, but Indiana beat Indiana State 73-0. Ohio State. Now get this. I seen some of them Ohio State fans on my news feeds give them Mountaineers a hard time. They say you want to watch a good school take care of business this week. Talking about Mountaineers because we lost to Ohio. All
Right.
right. For a big school, now they struggled with Ohio the first half. The final score was Ohio State 37, Ohio 9. Ohio State should have put up a lot more points than 37 on
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. So y'all talk trash, but to me, looking at this, that ain't you won the game 37-9. To me, that ain't much better. Yes, you should have hung 60, 70 points on them.
Yeah,
But
like Georgia did on Marshall.
yeah. Then you have Penn State over Villanova 52-6, LSU over Florida 20-10. Oregon beat Northwestern 34-14. Miami beat South Florida 49-12. Me and you both picked South Florida to win that, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Man, me and you almost had this. We almost had this one here. I picked the upset here, but it didn't happen. It came close. Georgia beat Tennessee in overtime 44-41. And I thought we was going to pull it off at the Vols. It was close.
Right.
Texas. I'm eating my word with Arch Manning. I'm eating them.
Why? What? He had a bad game.
He they barely beat UTEP. And when I say barely, I mean they're playing UTEP. Okay. Texas is supposed to be a team contending for the national title.
Right. Yeah.
27-10 is what they won. Let me bring the box scores up real fast. Hopefully, there it goes, straight to it. Hopefully, I'm going to read Arch Manning's stats. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
11 of 25 for 114 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a QBR rating of 26.5.
Not good at all.
So, I'm eating my words. Usually, I try to, when I go to say something, I make sure I'm like, well, I don't want to eat my words later.
Right.
Sometimes I got to eat them, and I'm eating them right now. Block is probably over shaking his head. He's like, man,
I gave him that clip too. I was like, you say, oh, I can't find that clip. It's a good thing. It's good. It's put up.
Yeah, we'll have to get back on his podcast one evening. But I'm eating him right now. He's not, and he may later on. I don't know. And it could be the system. It could be what. Hey, I know what the problem is. I just figured it out. Guess who's there helping out?
Jerry Jones.
Neil Brown.
Oh,
I told you. They better not let him have any decision making at all, which he probably don't. But Neil Brown, he can't. I'm gonna blame it on Neil Brown.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's get down here to. You had Texas A&M over Notre Dame. You had an upset here, and you and me both had A&M. They beat Notre Dame 41-40. Illinois beat Western Michigan 38-0. Here's another upset that you and I missed. Vanderbilt beat South Carolina 31-7.
Yeah, because we sure thought Vanderbilt was gonna get spanked.
I did too. Here's another upset. You ready for this? But me, I almost went with it and I didn't. But Clemson got beat by Georgia Tech 24-21 at Georgia Tech. I almost went with Georgia Tech, but didn't. Went with Clemson, and they lost.
I thought I went with Georgia Tech. I don't know.
I think you had Clemson. Let's see here. Where's it at? Oh, yeah, you did. You had Georgia Tech. Yeah. I had Clemson. You had Georgia Tech. Whoa, no. I don't know what happened here. My computer restarting. What happened?
Oh,
it said it ran into some issues, and I got a blue screen. So let me pull up. Let me go ahead. What happened there? Let me pull it up on my.
You know what? To be honest, I think that has something to do with the internet because my computer did that to me earlier twice. But I got all the bugs worked out because I was doing those videos trying to get the bugs worked out, and it kept doing that to me. And then eventually it stopped. And I was like, my wife was like, "Well, hopefully it don't do that during the show." I said, "I think it'll be all right. I'm hoping it'll be all right."
All right, let me get the scores pulled up. I'll do it on my phone and finish where we left off. All right, let's see here. All right, Illinois. All right, that's where we had that. All right, Oklahoma beat Temple 42-3. Iowa State over Arkansas State 24-16. Ole Miss beat Arkansas 41-35. Bama beat Wisconsin. I missed this. You went with Bama. I was hoping Wisconsin to beat Bama. Bama won 38-14. Utah beat Wyoming 31-6. Texas Tech beat Oregon State 45-14. Michigan beat Central Michigan 63-3. Auburn beat South Alabama 31-15. And Missouri beat Louisiana 52-10. And
Mizzou.
Mizzou won. And all right. Which I don't know. Did you upload our buddy's picture?
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to do him
Okay.
today or
Well,
not. 'Cause
all right. Well, Marshall beat Eastern Kentucky 38-7. And our buddy Judah Price got in 7 carries and 29 yards, which is I'm just glad to see him get in.
yeah,
He's excited, he's happy. Which I was at the West Virginia game, so I didn't get to see it, but he had 7 carries for 29 yards. Way to go, Judah. I hope this is the stepping stone for you, and we're going to be down there. We're going to get down there to see you play
yep.
here shortly and everything else. So I was excited about that to see him get his shot and get a chance. That's what I've been saying for a long time now. See, I can imagine if he was up at WVU now, I was just thinking he'd be starting.
Yeah. I mean, shit, 7 carries, 29 yards. That's 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, 4 yards of carry. That's not bad. Not for your
sure
first. Not for your first game. So, like I said, I didn't get to see it. I'm going to try to keep up with it and everything else. But I think it's about it right now as far as the college. We'll come back. Well, no, actually, let's go ahead and do this and get it over with.
Get our picks. And
yeah, we'll go ahead and get our picks. See, since right now it's kind of hard for Beans and I to get with that audio. We've been trying to do what we did last year when I was off on leave, but it's still hard because I got my little boy and now he's all over the place.
I know. He's mobile.
He may take over the show. If he's sitting with me, he's probably going to take over the show. So, but all right, let me get. We'll go with week 4. I got it coming up. Week 4. Let's see, Beans. All right, for week 4. All right, you ready for this? Here we go. We got a Big 12 matchup. It's a top 25 matchup. Texas Tech, number 17 in the country, and Utah at Utah. I'm going Texas Tech.
Going Texas.
Can't stand those Utes.
Nah.
Then you got Tennessee and UAB. I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee, UAB. Yeah, go Tennessee.
You got Oregon and Oregon State. I'm going Oregon.
Oregon.
Go Ducks. Then Florida State and Kent State. I'm going Florida.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to go Florida. I hate them Florida schools, but Kent State can't do it. I don't think Kent State can do it.
Nope. And then you got here's another top 25 matchup. And this is a battle of SEC. You got number 22 Auburn at number 11 Oklahoma. Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
Auburn in the upset.
Yep, I'm going Auburn also. I think Auburn's going to take that.
I like Auburn. That's one of my schools that I liked when I was a kid. Even though I didn't too much watch college football, I liked Auburn. I liked Texas A&M. I say I hated Florida earlier, but I only hated the Florida schools because back then when they had that college, that board, they used to always cheat. Always either Florida State Florida or Miami was always ranked
Always,
number one
yep,
every
they were.
year.
Got Ole Miss in Tulane. I'm going Ole Miss.
I like Tulane.
Nebraska and Michigan. I'm going to go Michigan on this one.
I don't know. I want to go to Nebraska because I don't think Michigan done anything since Harbaugh left.
Yeah, they won. They won. Yes, they won this past weekend. Actually, well, Michigan's 2-1, but they lost to I think it was a ranked opponent earlier.
Yeah, I'm going for Nebraska to make them 2-2.
Then you got Notre Dame and Purdue. Um,
I'm going
I'm
with the
going.
Hunchback. Oh, you probably going with your Armada, huh?
Well, I'm gonna go Notre Dame, but
Oh, I thought you was
here's
gonna be a
here.
Boilermaker.
Well, that's where I got my bachelor's degree from. But here's my problem. All right, Notre Dame's ranked 24th in the country. They
Mhm.
are 0-2. 0 and
What?
2 and 24th in the country. I mean, that's my thing with the scale. I mean, that's just insane.
Yeah. See, that's another one of those fixes that we talk about because whoever's at number 25, they should be mad unless they 0-2 as well.
Um, but and I say that's another school. You're talking about that's another school they keep up in the rankings all the time. Is
Yeah,
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame was, yeah.
So you got Georgia Tech and Temple. I'm going Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Tech.
Um, then you've got South Carolina and Mizzou. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough one.
Why? I'm going Mizzou, but I hate to go because South Carolina's mad because they already lost that game to
Yeah,
Vanderbilt.
and they're playing at Mizzou, but South Carolina, I think may win this. I'm going with you with Mizzou because they're playing at home. But all right, man, it just seemed like this team here just played each other, but I know they didn't. You got Florida and number 4 Miami. I'm going Miami. Miami's 3-0. Florida's 1-2. I'm going Miami.
I'm going Miami also. This will be the week that Miami screw around and be 3-1. What?
Oh man, I messed up. I gotta fix this. Mizzou, you going Miami? I forgot to write your pick down and it threw me off.
Oh, okay.
Notre Dame. Okay. Go ahead, Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. Okay, all right, I got that fixed. I skipped one of your picks, didn't put them down, and it was like, wait a minute, this ain't lining up here. So then you've got Indiana and Illinois. Illinois is number 9 in the country. Indiana's 19. They're playing at Indiana. Ooh, both
Indiana
of
and
them.
upset. I'm taking Indiana and upset.
You taking Indiana?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Illinois, even though I should go Indiana because our local boy left Bayonne, West Virginia, and went there. But all right, Vanderbilt and Georgia State. Vanderbilt should win this one.
I'm not going to underestimate Vanderbilt again. I'm going Vanderbilt.
And then you've got number 3, LSU playing SE Louisiana.
LSU,
Sam Houston playing Texas. I'm going Texas.
Texas.
I figured you call tie.
All right.
All right. And then you've got Michigan State playing at number 25 USC. Man,
Michigan State going against
I'm gonna go.
USC.
I'm gonna go USC. I guess both of them are 3-0.
Yeah, let's go USC.
USC. All right, and then let's go. Let me get West Virginia's playing at Kansas next week. I think.
I'm going
Uh,
WV.
let's see here. Yeah, West Virginia's at Kansas next week at 6 p.m. That's on FS1. Um, you're going both of us. I'm going to the VU. I think Nico's going to be the starting quarterback now. I think he sees that. Like I said, as long as the injury bug don't get us,
Mm-hmm.
they should be able to pull that off. And then let me get two more things here. We're going to pick Virginia Tech. They're in the ACC. Virginia Tech is playing Wolford at Virginia Tech. Um,
I don't know. I kind of want to go Wolford. And the reason why I want to go, Virginia Tech got a new coach. They already got some, I don't know, they got some turmoil going over there.
so
So
you're saying they're going to lose to a second small school? You say you want Wolford?
I'm gonna hate myself for doing this. Let's put Virginia Tech on there. I don't want to.
And then the last one here. Let's see what we got. Marshall is playing Middle Tennessee. I'm going Marshall.
I'm going Marshall.
Both of them are 1-2.
I'm going if Judah gets in 50 plus yards, baby.
That's right. Move it on up.
Yep. Go move
All
it
right.
on up. Halfway season, you're gonna be in that starting lineup.
Let's see here. Now moving on to the NFL. That's our picks right there for college for next weekend. NFL right now. I'll flip over here.
Yeah, we're doing horrible. Well,
Well,
I
I
know
ain't
I
say.
am.
Well, you've only missed one, two. You've only missed 3 games. I've only missed 2 to this point. We've got 3 games left. The one that's going on now with the Vikings.
Right.
You got and I forgot who the Bucks are playing. Who's the Bucks playing?
Who's the Bucks playing?
Hold up, my phone went.
Cannot remember. I know Chargers play, but they're in the other game.
They're playing the Raiders because you got the Chargers and I've got the Raiders. That's the only difference between you and I. So you can't win in these picks. Only thing we can do is tie. So if the Chargers win, that means you and I tie. But if the Raiders win, that means I win by 2 games. I mean, 2
Yep.
picks. So um, right now at halftime, you got Atlanta 9, Minnesota 6.
That's so
Um,
far a boring game. So boring.
and like we used talking, what in the world has happened to the NFL this year, this weekend? These
I know.
games. All right, I got them up right now. Here we go. Let's go over some
Look at
games here.
this one. Oh wait, yeah. Let's go over the games first. I don't want to say this just yet. We ain't done the scores yet.
All right, you had the Patriots beating the Dolphins 33-27. You and I both had that. The Niners beat the Saints without the Niners didn't have their starting quarterback, but they beat Matt Jones. I think he was the quarterback. They won
Mm-hmm.
26-21. The Ravens stomped the Browns 41-17. Here's a shocker to me. The Broncos got beat by. Well, I ain't gonna say it's a shocker. Um, Me and you both picked the Colts to win this,
Mm-hmm.
and the Colts won. They beat the Broncos 29-28. Um, the Chiefs lose to the Eagles 20-17. The Chiefs beat themselves again this week, like they beat themselves last week, but this week wasn't in penalties. This week was in drop passes.
Oh yeah.
Kelsey once
With the
again.
hot potato.
I
Whoop,
I
whoop, whoop,
I don't
whoop,
know what to say. I mean,
whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here, you take it. You take it.
yeah, I mean, it's just they beat themselves. They contained, I think, Barkley pretty much. They done a pretty good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, that game's always, except for the Super Bowl, the 20-17, a 3-point ball game. The Bengals beat the Jaguars 31-27.
And they lost Joe
Jar
Burrow.
Burrow's out for who knows how long. And the Giants and the Cowboys in OT, Cowboys won 40-37.
That was the
Me,
worst game ever. I could say, yay, the Cowboys done moved out of the basement, put the Giants in the basements where they supposed to be, and they won one. They like right in second place behind the Eagles. But when you had to go in overtime to beat the Giants,
that's
come on
it.
now.
And let's see here. The thing is, I mean, looking at, let's see, let me find
And
it here.
Dable still ain't getting fired.
I
He should
mean,
have been gone years ago. He should, I don't know why Giants fans ain't protesting for him to be fired.
which we knew
Oh,
the
and what I
Cowboys,
was,
we
huh?
knew the Cowboys, we knew the Cowboys weren't going to have a defense.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
who in
we
the
already knew
world
that.
would have thought was Russell Wilson playing?
Yep.
And
He
he
had
put
four
up
TD
30.
pounds. I think he said four TD passes today.
I washed up Russell Wilson. But all right, going to the Lions. The Lions beat the Bears 52-21. The Rams beat the Titans 33-19. The Bills over the Jets 30-10. And this one to me was a shocker. The Seahawks beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh 31-17. And then the
Yeah,
Cardinals beat the Panthers 27-22. That was a shocker to me because in my survival league,
that
I
wasn't a
picked
shocker to me.
well, that close of a game.
Oh, that close. Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
because I was sweating it because in my survival league, I had the Cardinals beating the Panthers. I needed the Cardinals to win.
Uh-huh.
And it was 27-22. That was too close for comfort. And then Thursday night, you had the Packers beating the Commanders 27-18. Tomorrow night, the Bucks are playing the Texans, and then the Chargers and the Raiders, and then you got the game going on right now. Now, what else was you going to mention there with
I was
college?
gonna
I
say,
mean,
now if I told you before the season began that in week 2 the Ravens would average 40 points a game, but it will only be 1-1, you would think I was crazy.
you could, yeah, but then if you look at who they played the first game, if you don't see who you're playing, and then you
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
and it's like, okay, even if all right, and then yeah, but the you
They
look at
put up back-to-back 40-point games
they
and are
have.
1-1.
And I was kind of shocked at the score of the Browns because the Browns usually give the Ravens a fit.
Yep.
I thought it would have been a little bit closer, but it wasn't. But that's what, and it's just, I mean, it's like a total change. And here's my thing with the Eagles. I'm going to say this. You got that offense. Offense is okay. Eagles secondary is going to be trouble. Especially, um, see, Mahomes don't have time to throw. That's his problem. They the
Mhm.
they haven't fixed that line issue, that line problem. So you get a team that can throw the ball, they're going to pick the Eagles apart. They are. Um, Eagles are 2-0, but I'll look down through their schedule here in a minute.
Eagles are only 2-0 by the skin of their teeth.
They
They
are
they beat Dallas because Dallas had that turnover and then they had that long delay, and it's just they just wore Dallas down.
well. I think if it wasn't for that delay, that lightning delay, I think Cowboys would have won that game.
Hmm.
Um, well, and if
And
it wasn't
we could
wasn't for
put we like with Travis Kelsey, he's screwing up. But in all honesty, if Mahomes had Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy, I think we're still talking a different ball game.
well, even if Xavier Worthy played that game,
Yeah.
Chiefs win. Chiefs win.
Yep.
I mean, look. I mean, I watched some of it. I didn't get to watch the whole entirety, but I mean, I watched part of it, and then I watched towards the end. Um,
I cut it off when it was 2010.
um, but they had that. Well, he threw a big touchdown pass. Mahomes did, like 40, 50-yard touchdown pass to Thornton over the middle, long ball.
Right. That's
Um,
good.
but Yeah, and it's still young. Like, here's the thing: what people don't realize, you're just 2 weeks into the season. A lot of stuff's going to change in 6 weeks. A
Yeah.
lot of stuff. They're looking at the Chiefs. Oh, the Chiefs are 0-2. They're 0-2. Well, you know what? Andy Reid can rattle off 14, 15 straight wins like it's nothing.
Yep.
All right. I mean, so you
And I
got the
want to
Bronx.
say in '94, Cowboys started off 0-2, came back, won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So,
So, um, all right. Let me get over here to week 3. You want to go ahead and do the NFL picks and then,
yep, let's go ahead and do the NFL picks. I'm good.
all right, let's,
And what I meant was I wasn't sucking at NFL. I'm sucking at fantasy football.
oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Fantasy football, I am horrible.
I haven't looked at it today. I don't want to look at it. I know it's not going to be good.
Oh well, you beat me last week in the VA league, and
But
now
you,
you're beating me this week in the
am I?
Motown league.
I was losing. All right, I came back. I hadn't checked it. All right. All right. This Thursday, you got the Dolphins and the Bills in Buffalo. I'm going Bills.
Dolphins, Bills. Yeah, we're going Bills.
All right, you got the Packers at the Browns. I'm going Pack.
Packers. Man, I can't count for them. I would love for the Browns to make them to bring them back to reality, but Browns ain't gonna do
I'd love for the Browns to start winning.
it.
All right, Steelers are going to New England to play the Patriots. I'm going Patriots.
Steelers versus Patriots. I'm going Steelers.
Broncos at the Chargers. I'm going Chargers on this one.
I'm going Chargers on this too.
Then you got the Cardinals at the 49ers. Man, it's going to be a tough pick.
49ers puts the Cardinals back in their place.
Um, Brock Purdy should be back, but I'm going 49ers. The Chiefs, oh man. The Chiefs are playing the G-Men at New York.
Chiefs get first victory. Dable still keeps his job.
All right. Then you got the Colts at the Titans. I'm going Colts. They're going to go 0-3, starting 0-3.
Colts versus Titans. Oh yeah, I would not back the Titans on this. There's no way I
Man,
would be backing the Titans on this.
Here's a tough one here. You've got right now the Bengals at the Vikings.
Ow, 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 ow.
And here's the thing. Browning's a good quarterback.
He is.
He's got weapons. I'm going to go Bengals by looking what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bengals.
They got the same problem the Vikings is. There's no line. There is no protection. McCarthy has been sacked so many times. And that's what happened to Burrow. That line is like non-existent.
All right, now think about this. You think they're trying. You don't have the line protection you did years ago with teams. But if you look, your linebackers and your defensive front are faster today than they was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start getting big men on the offensive line, it's hard for them to protect against that speed.
Yeah, that is true. That speed is something, but the defenders are, they are faster. They're also smaller. You should be able to throw these guys.
Like Micah.
Yeah.
Now here's the next game. The Rams at the Eagles. Man.
Damn.
Man. Both of them are
I'm putting my faith in them Rams.
I'm going to go Rams too with the upset. Eagles get their first loss.
Eagles, like I said, they be skating on the skin of their teeth.
Um, which I don't know how Stafford looked today or anything. Um, then you've got my computer finally came back up. The Jets at Tampa Bay. I'm going Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks. Hate to do that to Aaron Glenn. I hate Aaron Glenn would start off 0-3, but yeah, it looks like you starting off 0-3.
All right, here we go. Now, this is going to be a tough one. The Raiders are going to play the Commanders.
I think Commanders will bounce back from that sloppy ball they tried to play on Thursday night.
All right, you're going Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's the thing about having Monday night game. We're doing our picks before that because you don't know how these couple of teams are going to play tomorrow. Man, I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm
You
going.
going
With,
Raiders?
I'm going with my man Gino. I'm going to go Raiders. All right, here we go. The Falcons and the Panthers are playing in Charlotte. I tell you what.
My pick is on Carolina getting the number one pick again. So I'm going Atlanta.
You're going Falcons, and I'm going to do this, and I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to go Panthers to get their first win.
What? Really? I know that Falcons ain't got no line and it's hard to move the
I mean,
ball and everything, but no, I don't have that much faith in Carolina.
you got Texans at the Jaguars, which Houston plays tomorrow. They're playing the Bucks, which I figure the Bucks will win. So Texans are going to be 0-2 going to Jaguars.
Yeah, they'll make it a 1-2 game.
I'm
It's just
going
gonna call it the
Jags.
1-2 bowl. I'm
I'm
going Houston.
going Texans. Then you got the Saints at Seahawks. The Seahawks are going to win that. I say the Saints
Yes,
may have the first pick next year.
I know that is a tight one right there.
You going Seahawks?
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks.
Then here you go. This is going to be the game of the week. Them boys playing the Bears at Chicago.
Them Bears going down. We hunting bears this week. It's bear season.
You
We
going
hunting bears.
Cowboys? Okay, all right. You ready for this? Nah, I can't do it. I
You
can't
go.
do
I
it.
thought you was gonna
I
back
can't do
Caleb.
it. I was
Go
gonna
go
pick
Caleb.
the Bears getting their first win, but nah, not. I can't do it. I can't do
Go ahead, pick bears. I'll bring you some fingernail polish to work tomorrow.
it. And then here we go. The Monday night game. Man, they've had some good matchups in the first 3 weeks. The Lions at Baltimore playing the Ravens.
I'm going Ravens on that one. Well, it depends on which Detroit shows up. If
Well,
today's Detroit show up, it might be trouble. But if last week's Detroit shows up,
but they didn't play nobody today.
yeah, this is
They
true.
played the Bears.
They did.
The Bears.
They did.
So you can't really gauge it off that. I'm going Ravens.
There you go, Ravens. Yeah, because it'd be last week's Detroit gonna show up.
I'm going Ravens. That's our pick for week 3. Anything as far as get talking to so okay, here's the headline news on Burrow. I don't know if you knew it or seen it. He's got to have to have surgery. Well, could need surgery on his toe. So that's put him out at least for half a season or not more.
Yeah.
Um,
Because he's not Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott would say, cut that toe off.
he would. Let's see. I don't see anything else. as far as the news right now in the third quarter with 8 minutes left, you got the Falcons 9, the Vikings 6. That looks like another boring game to watch.
Yeah, I swear it is.
But I guess that's about it right now. Like I said, man, I ain't been hardly able to watch any football like I wanted to, except going to that game to West Virginia.
Right. Yeah,
I
I
have,
worked today, so I didn't catch none of the game. I caught, like watching a little bit here and there, but I was at work.
but that's our pick for this upcoming week. Um, so if you don't got nothing else, like we always do at the end of the show, we have. If you're
Yep.
thinking about harming or hurting yourself, dial 988. Dial 1. They'll get you into the resources you need. That's a veteran crisis line, which is 1-800-273-8255. That is 1-800-273-8255. And also, that you just dial 1 with that number as well. They'll get you in the resources that you need. Also, or if go to your local VA medical center, go to the ER, ask for help, and they'll have somebody come out to help you get you the resources and
Taking
help
care
that
of
you
you,
need.
get you the resources you need.
So yeah, just check check on with your battle buddies. Any change of behavior and everything else. And it's okay to go up and talk to them, ask them, hey, you all right? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this, um, when I went overseas in '04, the night of leaving Fort Bragg going over, I was in a vehicle accident, a rollover. I was on luggage detail loading the plane, and I was in a vehicle rollover, back hurt and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And we was overseas. So I flew out that night, carrying 2 duffel bags, a rucksack, and some other all this after an accident. A vehicle rollover, it rolled 4 times. Well, one of my gunner, it was on the crew, our crew. He noticed change in my behavior and everything else. So he told first sergeant to come over and talk to me. Hey, what's going on? Everything. They said they noticed change in behavior as far as down, which I was in pain, from my
Mm-hmm.
back and everything else. But so there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't get mad at him, because
Right.
my battle buddy checking, looking out for me. So now we're back home. We got to look out for one another, and stuff like that. You was in the Navy, I was in the Army, and it don't matter what branch you served in. Well, we're still brothers. You
Mm-hmm.
check on your battle buddies or whatever, even outside when you're not serving, So just keep in contact with each. Just pay attention, Sometimes the signs ain't there, and sometimes they are. So,
Yep.
but anything else you got, Beans?
I got no. Oh, I do want to say something. I want to make sure I said for Facebook and YouTube, or if you're on the Twitter, well, it's our X, and you're seeing us, make sure you like and comment. Please like and comment. It helps.
Yes. Um, I guess that'll be it. That'll be a wrap for this episode of Vets Plus Sports. See you next Sunday.
Yep.
And if something happens, we can do an audio. He'll post it, and he'll let you know it's on there. That way, because we ain't done one in a while. Like I said, we'd like to get back to doing that. I
Right.
enjoyed it during midweek and everything else. So
Right. And especially because the audios was always after the Monday night game. So,
it is.
like
It is. It's midweek, and get to talk about those and everything else. But like I said, Beans and I, we both work, so this is something we do on the side for fun and everything else, and enjoy it. So
right.
hopefully we can get back on that audio as well.
Unless y'all start liking and subscribing and commenting, then we can start drawing some funds and we can do this full time.
There, yeah, dream big, right? Dream big.
Exactly.
All right, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty.